Good evening, and welcome to Storytime. It's Captain Party. This evening we will be reading chapter 17 of Chuck. All right. Let's see here. At St. Anthony's, the front desk girl yawns with her behind her hand, and when I ask if maybe she wants to go get a cup of coffee, then she looks at me sideways and says, "Not with you." And really, I'm not hitting on her. I'll watch her desk long enough for her to go get some coffee. This isn't a come-on, really. I say, "Your eyes look tired." All she does all day is sign a few people in and out. She watches the video monitor and shows the insides of St. Anthony's, each corridor, the day room, the dining room, the garden, the screen switching from one to the next every 10 seconds. The screen is grainy, black and white. On the monitor, the dining room shows up for 10 seconds. Empty, with all the chairs upside down, and on each table their chrome legs stand in the air. A long corridor appears for the next 10 seconds, with somebody heaped on a bench against the one wall. Then, for the next 10 furry black and white seconds, there's Paige Marshall pushing my mom in a wheelchair down some other long corridor, and the front desk girl says, "I'll only be gone a minute." And next to the video monitor is an old speaker, covered in nubby sofa mohair. It's this old radio kind of speaker with a dial switch surrounded by numbers, and each number is some room in St. Anthony's. And on the desk is a microphone that you can use to make announcements. By turning the dial switch to a number, you can listen in on any room in the building. And for just a moment, my mom's voice comes in from the speaker saying, "I've defined myself all my life by what I was against." And the girl switches the intercom dial to 9. And now you can see her, you can hear Spanish radio and the clatter of metal pans back in the kitchen, back where the coffee is. I tell the girl, "Take your time." And I'm not the monster that maybe you heard from some of the bitter, angry types around here. And even with me being so nice, she puts her purse in her desk and locks it. And she says, "This won't take me more than a couple of minutes, okay?" Okay. And then she's gone through the security doors, and I'm sitting behind her desk watching the monitor, the day room. The garden, some corridors, each for 10 seconds, watching for Paige Marshall. With one hand, I'm switching the dial from number to number, listening in each room for Dr. Marshall, for my mom, in the black and white, almost live, Paige Marshall with all her skin. Another question from the sex addict checklist. Do you cut the inside out of your pants pockets so that you can masturbate in public? In the day room is some gray head face down in a puzzle. In the speaker there's just static, white noise. 10 seconds later, in the crafts room, is a table of old women. Women I confess to for wrecking their cars, for wrecking their lives, taking the blame. I turn up the volume and I put my ear against the cloth of the speaker, not knowing which number means which room. I dial switch through the numbers and then I listen. With my other hand, I slip into what used to be my breeches pocket. Going number to number, somebody's sobbing on number 3, wherever that is. Somebody's swearing on number 5, praying on 8, wherever that is. The kitchen, again on 9, the Spanish music. And the monitor shows the library, another corridor, and then it shows me, a grainy black and white me, crouched behind the front desk, peering into the monitor, me with one hand crabbed around the intercom control dial, and my other blurry hand is jammed to the elbow inside my breeches. Watching a camera on the lobby ceiling, watching me watching for Paige Marshall, listening for where to find her. Stalking isn't the right word, but it's the first word that comes to mind. The monitor shows me one old woman after another, and then for 10 seconds there's Paige pushing my mom in a wheelchair down the corridor, Dr. Paige Marshall, and I dial around until I hear my mom's voice. Yes, she says, I fought against everything, but more and more I worry that I was never for anything. And the monitor shows the garden, old women hunched over in walkers, mired in gravel. Oh, I can criticize and complain. I can judge everything. But what does that get me? My mom keeps saying in a voice over and over as the monitor cycles to show other rooms. And the monitor shows the dining room, empty. And the monitor shows the garden, more old people. This could be some very depressing website. Death Canon. Some kind of black and white documentary. Griping isn't the same as creating something, my mom's voice over says. Rebelling isn't rebuilding. Ridiculing isn't replacing. And the voice in the speaker fades out. And the monitor shows the day room, the woman face down in her puzzle. And I dial switch from number to number, searching. On number 5, her voice is back. We've taken the world apart, she says, but we've no idea what to do with the pieces. And her voice is gone again. And the monitor shows one empty corridor after another, stretching into darkness. On number 7, the voice comes back. My generation, all of our making fun of things isn't making the world any better, she says. We've spent so much time judging what other people created that we've not created anything of our own. And out of the speaker, her voice says, I used rebellion as a way to hide out. We used criticism as a fake participation. And the voiceover says, it only looks as if we've accomplished something. And the voiceover says, I've never contributed anything worthwhile to the world. And for 10 seconds, the monitor shows my mom and Paige in the corridor just outside the crafts room. Out of the speaker, scratching and far away, Paige's voice says, what about your son? And my nose pressed against the monitor. I'm so close. And now the monitor shows me with my ear pressed to the speaker, one hand shaking something fast inside my pant leg. And in the voiceover Paige says, what about Victor? And for serious, I'm so ready to trigger. And my mom's voice says, Victor? No doubt, Victor has his own way of escaping. And then her voiceover laughs and says, parenthood is the opiate of the masses. And now, on the monitor, the front desk girl is standing right behind me with a cup of coffee. Well, that was our chapter for today. And we'll see you next time.